Hello and welcome back to Chatty TV Junkie. I'm your TV Junkie, Wendy, and welcome back to my channel if you are already a subscriber. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's easy to do. Just click the subscribe button below and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when I upload, which I shoot for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today is actually Wednesday, and that's because The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was on last night for the first reunion. And I wanted to talk about the last episode and this current episode. So I try for 2 times a week. So I don't know how often I'm going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays because Vanderpump Rules comes back and it's going to be on a Tuesday night. So I think Wednesdays is going to be one of the days I record. So just stay tuned and give me a thumbs up because it's a trifecta of love here on YouTube. Okay, so you're probably asking yourself, what's with the hat? Well, I live in Florida and it is always so hot here in the summertime. And with the weird weather pattern that we're having, we're actually getting cold weather this winter and I am not upset about it. And I have a whole collection of hats. I never get to wear them. I have a meeting in about, I don't have my watch on. I have a meeting in about an hour and it's an outside meeting and it's going to be cold. So I'm wearing my cupcake hat because it matches the best out of all the ones I have. And I'm going to wear my furry boots. I love these boots so much. I got these years ago. Remember Jersey Shore? Well, Snooki wore a pair of boots like this. That's how long I've had these boots. I found them on Amazon. I don't even think they sell them anymore. They're by Bear Claw. And I barely ever wear them because I live in Florida. But I did wear them once years ago. Oh my gosh, this is when my husband owned his own business. And I was going through LAX. And the TSA agent was like, oh my gosh, your boots. I go, do you want to pet them? He goes, yeah, I do. It was hilarious. So I always get compliments and comments when I wear these, but they are really super duper comfortable. And I will be wearing these this evening. So I just thought I'd share that with you. All right, we are here to talk about Salt Lake City. The finale was a mic drop walk away moment from Heather. And last night they had episode 1. Now, the good stuff isn't going to come until number 3. We already know that, but let's talk about what happened. So apparently Heather found out that Monica has been involved in some way with a Instagram account that is no longer out there. And the handle is still there, but it is not active anymore. And they were basically bad-mouthing all of the housewives, including Jen Shah. Well, when Heather said something at the Bermuda vacation in front of all the women, actually, she called all the women over first on the beach and told her all this. Then they decided to confront Monica. And Monica's like, yeah, I was involved, sure. But I wasn't there to hurt you guys. I was there to take Jen Shah down. So we don't know the entire story yet. It's supposed to come out during these reunions. Last night, it really didn't come out. They're just getting warmed up. And we'll probably find out exactly what happened. There's a chance that she might have been feeding information to the people who are actually writing it. But she was involved somehow. Now, the big, huge mic drop part was that Jen admitted that last season, she had a black eye. There was no camera of it. The cameras were down at the time. She came out the next morning with this huge black eye, saying that she was drunk. She doesn't remember what happened. She thinks that she fell and hit her face on the table. It was just boom right there. Kind of like the size of a fist. It's like if you were to fall and hit your face on the corner of a table, I don't think you would have an entire black eye like that. I mean, the fist is like boom. I fell last year on the sidewalk because I had these new boots, not those boots, but new boots, and I hit the lip. It was in the dark, and I hit the lip, and I tried to catch myself, and I actually landed on my cheek. And I had a bruise on my cheek a couple of days later, but it was sort of the shape of the way I landed on it when on the sidewalk. So I would think that if you landed on a table, you wouldn't have a perfectly round shiner in your eye. So it was always really sketchy how she got it. And, so she admitted that Jen Shah gave her the black eye. And she hasn't told that story really yet, which is going to happen on the reunion. I'm guessing probably not until the very, very end of number 2 And then number 3, they have 3 this time around, reunion shows. And then the following week is when Vanderpump Rules starts. So when they showed the flashback of her with the black eye and Jen Shah, and I think it was Meredith sitting next to Jen Shah explaining what happened, Jen's like, yeah, we don't know what happened. And when she says that, she literally has shifty eyes. If you watch her eyes, if you can go back to that episode, you could see her doing this. I don't know if you could see my eyes doing that, going from left to right to left to right to left to right. Complete shifty eyes. So it's like, interesting. So they're going to get into all of that as we progress further on into the reunions. So that is the most interesting part, quite honestly, of the whole thing. It's just shocking the way it all came out, and that she's been a spy. And they did ask her about getting on the show last night, and Andy's like, well, she's like, yeah, I told him. I wrote casting a letter, and I told them that they were going to get canceled and their show was horrible and they needed someone like me on there. And then they showed the real letter that she sent casting, and it didn't say specifically that. What it said is that they needed a Latina girl to spice things up. And the fact that she had been friends with Jen Shah and apparently was also one of the whistleblowers on Jen Shah. So it's like this whole thing that's coming out. So it's like, is she really telling the whole truth? Is she telling partial truths? Is the whole truth going to come out? Again, we won't find until we get further along in these reunion shows. But right now, that show, that Real Housewives show, is really good. Miami, I'm trying to get into it. I'm still really far behind on Miami. I don't know if you guys watched that one. And then, of course, tonight is Beverly Hills. I've been staying on track with that one, so I'll watch Beverly Hills tonight. Southern Charm, I did watch today. It took me 3 times to watch that show for this last episode. I kept falling asleep. It was not riveting, but maybe I'll get into Southern Charm. It was an okay episode, more at the end than, of course, they save the best stuff for the end. But yeah, it took me 3 times to get through this last episode of Southern Charm. So did you guys watch last night's reunion of Salt Lake City? What did you think? Do you think that Heather is telling the truth? I think she is. And what do you think about Monica? And in general, I love reading your comments, so leave them below. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe below if you haven't already. And I will see you very soon.